What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew? This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live Monday, Victory Monday show edition, morning after show edition, whatever you're going to say. Hey, you're waking up today and you're feeling pretty good if you're a Detroit Lions fan because your team is 7-1 for the first time in 70 plus years, or right around 70 years, give or take a year or two. But anyways, you get it. It's been a real long time. And yes, the Detroit Lions are perhaps the NFL's most dominant team. You have to wait for tomorrow's Duke Crew Power Rankings to find out what's really going on. But anyways, we can all agree on this. Lions had a big win yesterday. And yes, we are the top team in the NFC North and the top team in the NFC. Let that sink in. Already you can see if you check out those things, that Vegas puts out, the betting favorites already for this next weekend's game down in Houston when we take on the Houston Texans. We're going to be a 4.5-point favorite, so that needs to tell you something. Yes, we're going to be all watching our eyes on the screens today and tomorrow to see if officially Zadarius Smith is a Detroit Lion and maybe somebody else. I don't know. We're all going to be speculating about that very topic. Could the Lions indeed acquire Smith from Cleveland? It sounds like it's going to happen. We'll talk about that a little bit during the main topic of the day. We'll also talk about some other rumors that have come out overnight, yesterday, leaks, whatever you want to call it. The Detroit Lions have spoken to a few other teams about possibly acquiring another player. So we'll get into all that. As you can see, we're going to talk about the grades. We're going to talk about 5 headlines. Now we're going to talk about a lot of things today because it is, again, the morning after show, a Victory Monday show. And before we do, though, real quick, if you got a half second, we're looking to get to, 10,500 subs. We need 45 more subs to hit that. So if you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Also, if you would be so kind, hit that thumbs up button, that like button. It helps the channel out a lot. We try to get every video between 300 to 400 or more thumbs up or likes. So if you can, again, help out, that'd be great. Last but not ever least, outside of being a YouTuber and a coach, I am also a realtor. So if you are considering buying or selling property anywhere in the great state of Michigan or anywhere in the continental United States, give me a call or shoot me a text. You now see the number on your screen, 269-998-2384. Let's have a conversation, see what we can do to save you some money, make it less stressful, get you a great deal on a property, whether it's vacant land, commercial property, or just a new home for you and the fam. Whatever it is, give me a call or shoot me a text, list your property, or help you locate a new property. All of these are options. All right, with all those out of the way now, let's go ahead and get over to the first topic of the day. And as you guys know, that is 5 headlines now. All right, 5 headlines now, kicking us off and getting us going. Lions' potential acquisition of Raiders' Max Crosby gets update. Athlon Sports, story by Nick Myers. You should really say this story is by Dave Burkett because they're quoting Dave Burkett, who came out yesterday, we'll say about 30 minutes before kickoff, and he said he has people with knowledge inside of the Lions organization and even with the Raiders that say that both teams have been talking. Yes, he does go on to quote that at this time he doesn't think, from what he's hearing from his sources, that there is a deal imminent. The Raiders have come out and said Crosby's not going anywhere. But Dave Burkett does point out a number of different trade scenarios that have happened across the NFL where one team says somebody's not available, only to later find out they were available at the right price. Is Max Crosby going to be a Lion or get traded out of LA? I don't know, but if you take Max Crosby at his word that he's not really a part of a rebuild, you got to look at the Raiders and the fact that they just fired a bunch of their offensive staff and say, you know what? You're a part of a rebuild. So we'll see what shakes out there. Let's see. Smith leads, I think it's supposed to be leaves locker room early. Stefanski declines comment, the Cleveland Plains dealer. What I can say about this is, yes, you've got multiple reports after the Browns game yesterday that, yes, indeed, Zadarius Smith left the locker room before he could have an opportunity to speak with reporters. He obviously didn't want any part of that. He did have a number of his teammates get interviewed, and they all basically said the same thing, and I'm paraphrasing here, so don't take it as a direct quote, that he's a good guy, high energy. Some of them really look forward to seeing him every day. So does he sound like a Detroit Lion from that aspect? The fact that nobody had a bad word to say about a guy, especially a guy that they're probably all fairly aware, whether it's to Detroit or wherever, he's about ready to leave and depart. So if you're going to take your shots, that's the time to do it. The fact that nobody was doing that, they were speaking very kindly of him, probably a good sign for any kind of Lions fans. Now, Smith, whether or not he's going to be here or not, it does sound like, whether you watch Sunday Night Football, whether you listen to ESPN or watch ESPN, Fox, everybody's reporting the same thing, that it sounds like a deal is finalized between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. And then, yes, Zadarius Smith will be here in a Detroit Lions uniform sooner versus later. Whether that's going to be today or whatever, we'll wait and see. All right, Dan Campbell on Lions' first outdoor wins. We can play anywhere. This is from MSN.com. And yes, multiple places interviewed Dan Campbell after the game. He talked about it. He said, hey, the way we're built, the way we're wired as a team, we can play on the road. We can play in the elements. We can do it all. And you did hear, I don't really get to listen to Tom Brady when he talks because I'm commentating on the live stream. But if you do listen to some of his comments, the few I was able to hear in post-game stuff, he's pretty spot on. Can the Detroit Lions play power football? Yes, they can. Can they play finesse football? Yes, they can. Can they defend the pass? Yes, although getting some pass rushers would sure make that easier. They're a pretty complete team, and I don't think there's many people who are going to debate that. The special teams are pretty dang good. The punt kickoff returns are pretty good. I mean, we all get it. The Lions have got a lot of good stuff going for them right now, and that continues through their offense and their budding and building defense. So is what it is, but we can all say this. The Lions seem like the real deal. They seem like the NFL's perhaps most complete team. If that team really does pull off some acquisitions here before tomorrow's 4 or 4:30 p.m. deadline, you know what? The best got even better going into the home stretch of the regular season and then the playoffs. All right. Kirby Joseph's pick six helps Lions beat Packers 24-14 and take command of the NFC North. You're not spot wrong. You're not at all wrong with that with the AP wire, Associated Press wire. Kirby Joseph's play there. Let's be honest. Lions were up 7 points at 10-3 with about a minute and change right before halftime. Packers look like they're trying to march down the field to get something going, and you know what doesn't happen for them? Anything good. They end up blowing things up. We talked about the Lions need a pass rush. There were a couple times they actually got pressure on Jordan Love, and you can see Jordan Love didn't handle that pressure very well. Threw that ball. He should have just thrown it into the ground, and lived to survive another day. Instead, he panics, which he does from time to time, throws it up there. And yes, Kirby Joseph, more often than not, is the right dude at the right moment, in the right place, at the right time. And you know what? He took that right into the end zone, too. See what I did there? So for a pick six, and yes, indeed, gave the Lions, at that point, I think most people were watching, even though you're a Lions fan, we're always expecting their team to make a comeback, try to, just kill our dreams, whatever. But what we can say is that Kirby Joseph may have just took the wind out of the Green Bay Packers sail at that moment, and they sailed down into the end zone and gave us a go-ahead score to put us up 17-3 at the halftime. All right, Lions players join in protest against NFL after Brian Branch ejection. Athlon Sports, story by Chris Phelps. And I was talking about this during the live cast. I talked about it in the post-game show. I talked about it a lot yesterday, so I'll just say this. I think it was total BS. I don't care if you watch it from any angle. I don't think there's ill intent to try to destroy the guy, whoever he was, for the Green Bay Packers. You did hear a lot of one thing I was happy about is you did hear a lot of the analysts on different networks, not just one or two, but probably like 5 or 6 different networks come on out and say, you know what, this isn't college football. You can't have that. And we talked about it during the live cast, because now anytime there's a personal foul like that, you got to throw the guy out because you've established a baseline. NFL's on a real slippery slope here. I think they need to come out and say, oops, my bad, or whatever, even though, again, they seem to only do that with the Detroit Lions. But they need to go ahead and fix that, because otherwise yeah, it's going to wreck the NFL, in my opinion. Branch got done dirty. I've got my own conspiracy theories why the NFL did that at that moment, with the Lions trending towards kind of moving that game out of reach for Green Bay. To me, if you really want to know, I think the NFL is doing everything they can without making it overtly obvious that you're trying to help the other team, to basically try to help the Green Bay Packers. And I don't suspect Brian Branch is going to be suspended or anything like that. But, man, I think a lot of people are going to be paying attention to what the NFL has to say in response to that. All right, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get over to our main topic of the day, and that is going to be the grades. All right, grades. You know, hey, every once in a while I do these things, and I try to do them every week. So let's start off at the top with Jared Goff. Hey, is any quarterback in the league playing better than this guy right now? And that's, I think, at least a fair statement to anybody asking. I'm not trying to be a homer. I'm not just trying to be a Detroit Lions reporter or fan. But let's be honest. He's, 2 months now. He's been in fuego, on fire. Just, dude, even in bad, inclement weather, is still completing, I don't know what it was, 80% of his passes or something like that yesterday. The fact that he can do no wrong seemingly right now. Whatever he's drinking, it's the good Mountain Dew, not the Mountain Dew I'm buying at the Circle K or the Shell station. But whatever we can say, he is on a historic pace. And a lot of people came into, when he was traded over to the Detroit Lions, saying, hey, he can't play in bad weather. It's got to be perfect weather. He's got baby hands. He's not mobile. He's not this. He's not that. Whatever he is our quarterback. And I'll say this, at this point in time, there is no quarterback in this league playing at a higher clip than him right now. Yes, he's not going to outrun your mom in a 40-yard dash, my mom in a 40-yard dash. But you know what? He doesn't have to. He can throw that ball, and he's pretty dang accurate. I'm going to give Jared Goff an A for this. And you know what the heck? Let's make it an A+. Because the fact that you threw, especially in that second half, when the wind had clearly picked up, the rain had clearly picked up, and you were still completing so many passes. I mean, he really probably only had 2 legitimate incompletions. He had the second last drive where the Lions got a little cute, in my opinion, and threw a couple passes that really, if he would have just ran the ball, Goff would have had 1 or 2 less incompletions. I thought he played about his perfect game, given all the circumstances around him, as he could have played. And you know what? He was dang near perfect in the 4th straight first half of the year. So kudos to Goff. Again, I'm going to give him an A+. Running backs, just not much to complain about here again. They ran the ball. They caught the ball. They blocked a little bit on blitz pickups. They did a lot of good stuff here. And just, again, not much to complain about. The weather was a factor a little bit as far as clogging up the run lanes in different areas at times for both teams. Both teams had to sell out to try to stop the run. Green Bay, I thought, had to sell out a little bit more, and that's a lot of respect for the Lions running back. So I'm going to give them a solid A. Won't say an A+, but I'll say a solid A. Wide receivers, they didn't have much of a day, but they blocked when they needed to. They got open when they needed to. Amon-Ra St. Brown's route, I thought, was 3-dimensional. The way he set up one fake, then set up another fake, and then went with the actual route. Kudos to him on that 4th down touchdown catch, and he kept his feet in bounds, kept control of the ball. Tim Patrick, I thought, came through in a lot of quietly good ways. Same with Khalif Raymond. Just really, Allen Robinson emerged a little bit more and more. Wasn't really involved in any kind of deep routes or whatever. But you know what? I thought the Lions, really, their game plan overall, and kudos to the coaching staff for this, they made sure they were in very few, 3rd and longs, 3rd and medium situations. They kept everything fairly manageable throughout the game. Where Green Bay, I'll be as neutral as I can be saying this. I thought their coaching staff did a disservice to Jordan Love and that offense. I think they set themselves up in way too many 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, and you know what? The Lions took advantage of it. So anyways, Lions wide receivers, I'm going to give them an A. Tight end play. I mostly focused when rewatching the game, the blocking assignments. Sam Laporta, we talked about in the pregame. I thought this would be an opportunity for him to have a bigger role than maybe some of the other games this year. That was true. He came through with a lot of good plays, good blocking. I thought it was actually one of his better blocking games of his career. But the Lions tight end group, they did their job. They opened up some holes, and that paid the big dividend. So I'm going to give them an A-, just because there were a couple of little things I was nitpicky with. Offensive line, it wasn't a perfect game. Penei Sewell got pushed down a couple times. That caught me off guard and surprising, but maybe a reflection of the turf in the conditions. I don't know. Taylor Decker, for 2 straight games prior to yesterday, we've had some questions about him. There were no questions yesterday about Taylor Deckard. He's really shined. The interior offensive line wasn't perfect, but it was pretty dang good. And again, a lot of that's probably because of the conditions. So I'm going to give the Lions offensive line an A-. Could have been a little bit better, but being kind of nitpicky. Defensive line, it's a tale of 2 sides of this for me. The interior, the DTI, the interior defensive line, I thought played pretty dang perfect. I'm going to give them a solid A across the board. Not over the top good, but on a couple of big plays, Aleem McNeil does get in there, and he's not the only one. It's just he's one that's most consistent. He gets in there and gets some pressure on Jordan Love, and that causes some issues where passes break down, some of the overthrows. You could see basically Jordan Love just could not step into some throws, and that's why they were a couple of yards or feet off or whatever because of the pressure up the middle. Now, the pressure from the ends, is being as fair and not a James Houston supporter as I am. I'm going to say this. I'm going to give the ends a C+. They were not great. They were not terrible. I thought they gave up the edge once or twice too. I was talking to Sarge Tony Libretto about it yesterday too, and asked him his thoughts. And it seems like we both kind of agreed on it. And you guys would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. But it seems like James Houston's put on about 20 pounds. And I think he's struggling with that a little bit. And no, I don't think it's like he's been hanging out at the bar just drinking and eating free Doritos or something. I think he's trying to become more of an every down defensive end, put on a little bit more bulk and mass so he can help set the edge in the run defense. I think whether he's here in Detroit next year or whatever, we'll leave that for another time. But I think that is going to be part of his long-term prognosis. He's going to have to do that. So because of that, I think he is trying to do stuff he doesn't normally do. Either way, though, the defensive ends were not great. Like I said, I'm going to give them a solid B+. Linebackers are a different story. I thought they played phenomenal out there, all of them. Anybody got there out there? Jalen Reeves-Maben, I had early in the game making one egregious error where he overshot a lane. But after that, he was fine in his edge defense. Linebackers, I'm not going to say they were an A all around, but I'm going to give them a B+ just because I thought they did everything you could ask. Jack Campbell, quietly, suspiciously good out there. Anzalone, pretty dang good. I mean, Reeves-Maben, pretty dang good. They all did a great stuff. Jack Campbell, just because he's a little bit younger, I'll talk about him. I think you could see the clear progression from last year to this year in this young guy, and he's doing a phenomenal job over there in the middle. Again, I think if he gets out wide, that's where he struggles a little bit. But again, I'm going to give him a B+. All right, cornerbacks. I'll go with cornerbacks here, and I'll do the safeties different. Cornerbacks, did anybody even notice Terrion Arnold or Carlton Davis III yesterday? Arnold did get called for one holding, but it was on special teams. So I thought it was probably one of the cleaner games they played. Robinson did get beat once, but it was an overthrow. Thankfully, he got some pressure on it. And it was a pretty bad beat. He could have gave up some big yards there, maybe even a touchdown. But other than that, he had the one penalty that running your mouth after the game or after the play. You docked the cornerbacks a little bit for that. He's got to own that up. I'm going to give them a B- for the day. Some of it's they were helped out by the weather. Some of it they were helped out by DTIs or interior defensive tackles getting pressure, causing some of the overthrows. But it is what it is. They didn't really surrender a whole lot of easy things for Green Bay Packers. Now the safeties, though, that's going to be a little bit different. And yes, Brian Branch is going to be graded on a curve because he only played a quarter and a half. But to me, watching the film, and now for 8 games this year, there's zero doubt about it. Detroit Lions have the best safety combo in the NFL. I don't think that I'm not going to put them in let's say top 3 or whatever. I think they are the number 1 combo out there. Kirby Joseph, he might have some limitations in this or that with the game, but what he does well, he does so incredibly well. And you can see the deficiencies really emerging where he's getting better and better with them. This guy's really going to be something. And I do want to say this. You want to see the sign of respect Aaron Glenn has for him in that development with Kirby Joseph. When Brian Branch went out, who was asked to play the Brian Branch role? It was Kirby Joseph. He got him up to the line of scrimmage, had him take on some running backs, had him shoot the gaps a little bit, coming in on blitzes, had him all over the place. And that's also probably why Jordan Love missed him on that one play. Thankfully so, because it was a pick 6. Kirby Joseph's also, getting more and more picks on a basis just not seen by the Detroit Lions. And actually, that reminds me, I had something for you guys, but I'm not going to get it loaded up into the screen in time. But all right, most interceptions through 9 games in NFL history. Let that sink in. Kirby Joseph in 9 games has 6. In Detroit Lions history, not NFL history. Let's see, Kurt Schultz had 6 apparently in 2000. Jimmy Allen in 81 and Lem Barney in 67. So, yes, Kirby Joseph with the next one. I mean, he's in rare air there. He's doing things that have never been seen before or rarely seen before for the Detroit Lions. All right, moving on from that, because I don't even think I got to give you a grade of the safeties, but we'll just give him an A+. The other Joseph, Brandon Joseph, when he came in for Brian Branch, thank you. I thought he did very well. Gave up one play where you could see he got beat a little bit, but he wasn't perfect on the day. But given the fact that he probably got limited reps this week, being a number 2, and the fact that he came into that weather and really held up pretty well, I thought a good job there. All right, kicker and punter, I'm just going to give them both an A because nobody did anything that you would have expected or frowned upon. Fox had 1 punt out of the day that I thought wasn't just a boomer. It was almost like it hit something up in the air and then came down oddly. Whatever it was, both guys played great. All right, there you go, guys. There are my grades. You can love them. You can hate them. You can let me know about them. How about all the above? All right, let's go ahead and head on over to the comment section. Also, real quick, I see we've got, between all platforms, we got nearly 2,000 people watching. If you would be so kind, hit that thumbs up button. If you can, help the channel out, that like button, and also hit the subscribe button. All right, let's go ahead and head on over to the Duke Crew. You're going to have to give me a minute because I see there are more than a few comments here. So I got to work my way up to the top here. So I'm hustling for you guys. I'm hustling. Come on now. I'm getting there. All right, here we go. Michael D. Greetings and salutations, Coach and Duke Crew. Exclamation points. Superdome, Super Bowl, what pride. Woo, woo. And good morning to you, too. Hopefully it's a great one. Matthew, greetings and salutations. Same to you, my friend. JDC, good morning, all. And to you, Jake Kaig. Hello, good morning, fakes. All right, JK, I'm down with that. Robert, greetings and salutations. We are the victors. That is correct. We are number 1. Everybody else, 2 or less. All right, Michael D, is Brian Branch going to be fine for that hit? Yes, he will be fine for that. The ejection from the game was BS. I concur. Some hot in the Miami, same hit in the Miami Buffalo game. No ejection. Yeah, you did hear some of the commentators bring that up, and I think there was another game, too, where he had a similar hit, and that's their problem with it, is the guys on the field, the officials on the field didn't rule him out. It came from New York, and that's my problem with it, because New York came in and said ill intent and everything, but they didn't say it for the other guys. You're opening up a bad slope for the NFL. Yeah, I knew we were going with that. Bo, good morning, Duke Crew. Make mine a victory Monday. Woo! All of the above, my friend. JK, Super Bowl, just halfway to go. I'm down with that. Artie, good morning. Is Broski Bear around? We'll see if he pops his head in. See, Artie, ask him for a friend, and we'll find out. JK, no trade going to happen. Plus 1,000. All right. We'll see, man. I do know that adding to the Smith debate, you got everybody talking about it and every media platform out there. He also unfriended the Cleveland Browns, I guess, on some form of social media. Don't ask me. I don't really follow a whole lot of social media stuff. See, TCKG, good morning. It's a great day to be a Lions fan in Wisconsin. One pride. Hey, great morning. Go enjoy it, my friend. Hardy, JK, reverse psychology. We'll see. Grace, what do you got? Matthew Grace, greetings, salutations. Good morning, everyone. Superdome, Super Bowl. Woo, woo, woo. Sheila likes to woo in the fresh morning dew. How about a shot of dew and a big Sheila? You want a Sheila? I'll give you a Sheila. 1, 2, 3. JK, Ella, yes. Mike the Marine Gunny, howdy, Dan and Duke, awesome win. Woo! I agree, man. A great day to be a Lions fan for sure. And hopefully you're doing well there, Gunny. Lions Talk Live fan on the road in the rain. Big win. Yes, it's looking like Green Bay, Wisconsin outside my house today. See, Stephanie, good morning, boys. Exclamation point. Can't believe we are 7-1 heading into Houston next week. Anyone see we are favored to win? We are favored to win. I want to say when I checked it this morning, it was 4.5. So and again, you guys make more heads and tails out of that stuff, but I get that part. We're favored to win by 4.5 points. All right, JK. Hello, Stephanie. JDC. Hardy, Broski is more oblong than round. I'll go with that. Doug, well, I guess I can put the whole dome team can't win outside, and Goff can only play indoors or in good weather. He's won in the cold. He's won in the rain. Goff's done it all. He has, man. And I think you're seeing the narrative nationally change around him quite a bit because of that. You're seeing everybody talk about MVP status, Goff, all these things. He's doing a great job, man. There's no doubt about it. I think we all need to take a step back and just really embrace what he's doing because he's doing it at such a historic pace. All right, Lions Talk Live fam, more like Square. Okay. JDC laughing. Trey, what's good? All question mark. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Yes, Detroit Lions gangster, 100%. Hetman, top of the morning, Dan and the best Duke crew ever. What the heck of a win? What a heck of a win. Can I get a woo? You want a woo? I'll give you a. There you go. JK, JMO coming back, hopefully. Yeah, he should be allowed back in the facilities and everything today. I had to explain that to Jen yesterday because she didn't get it. You suspended. You can't even be around the team. You can be with the training staff or you can be in separate portions of the building, not pertaining to any of the coaches or players. Let's see. Patrick, Goff is one game away from NFL history. I hope he gets at least one more game of passer rating of 140 or better. We'll see what shakes out. But you know what? I like where things are trending towards him. Tori, good morning, Coach and Duke Crew gang. That was one of the more impressive wins I've ever seen Detroit put up. It was, man. Hey, just on the road, the weather, we all get it, man. What a job by the Detroit Lions. Steve, good morning to Coach Dan and the Scooby-Doo crew. Exclamation point. Feels good to be 7-1. Woo! You're not wrong about that, man, friend. And it's like I said at the start of the show, it's the first time in a gajillion years the Lions, I mean, really, most of our lives that they've ever been at this kind of record pace. All right, Jess. Salutations, y'all. It's hard for me to even say this, but we are the NFL's top team, and we are doing this without a pass rush. Man, you're not wrong. If we do pull off a trade or two, that's going to really push this team up to yet another notch. Lions Blood, what up, though, Coach and Duke crew? And that's a special what up, though, to Amon-Ra St. Brown, handstand St. Brown. Yeah, there you go. And that was a great photo when I got it from somebody sent it over to me. Great photo. I put it up on Facebook, whatever. But hey, good for him, man. He embodies this team 1,000%. Steve, hey, Coach, did Derek Barnes have surgery? And if not, is he expected back this year? I am not aware of him doing any surgery. May have done it, but I'm just not privy to it. As far as this year, it doesn't sound like it, but one never knows. I do think there's some limited potential for a few of the guys to return this year. It depends on a guy-to-guy basis. Yeah, man, I bet McKinney is crying his Cheerios. Might be, man. Yeah, they didn't run it up on Green Bay, but you know what? They did win in Green Bay. France, good day all. I can see with Robinson's up and down performance why adding a DB wouldn't be bad. Will Mosley indeed return? I'm suspecting that Emmanuel Mosley will be back right around Thanksgiving. I mean, give or take a game. But if he comes back and if he returns to 49ers, Iman, then yeah, you're going to have an even deeper secondary in Detroit. Steve, to get these wins the way we have gotten them, excuse me, with so many people on injured reserve, it will be scary for the rest of the league when we get closer to full strength. Exclamation point. Woo! Yeah, some of these guys come back. You know, Kaminsky, let's see. I mean, is it possible Davenport comes back? I don't know. Maybe by the playoffs. Derek Barnes, maybe he could come back. You know, just to your point, if a lot of these guys do come back, how good does this team then become? JK Branch coming back, hopefully. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be suspended. I'd be shocked if he is, but I've been wrong before. Clark, waking up late today. I got to hustle for work, but listen in. Skip the Bears. We're skipping them. Let's see. Susan Scott, give me a woo, Coach. All right. Good morning, everyone. You want a woo? I'll give you one just to wake you up. And good morning. Hatman, for those about to rock, Branch salutes you. Yes, he did pull off a double gun salute. Now, he's probably going to get fined for that, too, on top of the hit. So he's going to lose some money for yesterday. Broski, currently Lions are the best team in the league. Lions are playing like a team on a mission. Enjoy the ride. Peace out. Hey, Broski, good to see you, my friend, as always. If that's real Broski, of course. Steve, I don't expect to see Broski Bear in the chat today. His cowardice does not befit of a Lions show of this caliber. I'm down with that, and I like the way you're going with that there, Steve. Papa, the Lions are a dominant team in the NFL right now. No one may question this any longer. No, I'd say at this point, it's going to be real hard for you to say that the Lions aren't the league's top team. I mean, they were just winning and convincingly in so many difficult situations too. Places. Lionel, green salutations. Drew, happy days are here again. Exclamation point. Let's get some good news today. Lightning and Thundercats. Ho! I'm down with that. And good morning, my friend. Phil, good morning. Good morning, Phil. Hey, love the hat, by the way, my friend. 70 Broski Bear. How about the Bears? Yes, indeed. The Bears are they're crying in their Cheerios or whatever you want to say this morning. Let's see. They're drinking Mellow Yellow, not Mountain Dew. Bruin Ruin, Victory Monday, exclamation point, top rank in the NFC. Woo! You are correct. We are the number one team in the NFC. Phil, working today, Steph, we'll find out. Shamir, 7-1, go Lions. I like the way you're thinking. Yes, keep on going. Let's see, Hookadoo, good morning, Duke crew. You gotta love Victory Monday morning. One pride, Brian Branch gets ejected, was totally BS. That came from New York. Yes, it was, man. And that may have been a galvanizing force for the Lions defense because, to be honest, man, it wasn't perfect yesterday, but considering all the factors, I thought they played pretty dang well. Stephanie, Phil, training day for you. Okay, we'll train away. Let's see, Quentin, greetings, salutations, y'all. Now roll into Texas and keep this deal going. I agree with you, man. Keep the good times going. JK, Bears fan, left. It is. They did. Let's see, Pat, good morning, Duke Group, and back at you, Pat. John King, good morning, Coach and Duke Crew. Grade is A. We went into enemy territory, and we won. Green Bay is a very good team. They are, man. And their offense, especially the offensive line, it's one of the better ones in the league. So I get why they were able to move the ball on the ground for us, especially with the weather and all that. Hey, you overcame in their own house a big challenge, and you got the win. That's kudos to the coaching staff. It's kudos to the training staff, the front office, the players, the whole shebang-a-bang. Voltron Force, hey, Coach, do we trade for more than just Smith? Word is we're trying. Now, you've got less than 48 hours to make it happen. So we'll see. Keep everybody tuned in. Derek, good morning, Coach and crew. D Monty and Kirby probably get the game balls, but I'm sending Brian Branch a cheese platter. Can I get a woo? Amen. You want a woo? I'll give you a woo. I'll give you a 1, 2, 3. 3. Yeah, the little delayed woo for you there. Sorry about that. Had a load issue there. Dave, rotating that D-line more will be a big factor for us as the season moves forward and into the playoffs. Need guys to get right and stay healthy. I agree with that. Don, let's see, Broski, the best part of us seeing you have to eat crow, the cocky talk turns to praise. Tim Patrick, reader, bad signings, you said. Yes, he did. And, man, he couldn't be any more wrong with either of those because both those guys are paying big dividends for the Detroit Lions. Phil, Coach Dan deserves a attaboy for the great play-by-play. I'm still excited for the game. Hey, it was a great time, and I enjoy doing the play-by-play stuff. So thank you to you all for allowing me to do that with you guys. Matthew, off to chemo. Hey, have a fun time, and hopefully it is a good time for you, not a bad time. We'll listen to the show later. Everyone enjoy the win. 3 in a row at Lambeau. I think the NFL is targeting the Bama boys and Kirby. At least 2 other hits similar to Brian Branch, flagged but not ejected. Yeah, that's my problem with it, man. You can't say it is in one place and then say it's not in the other places. So, and to be fair, I didn't see those hits, but as soon as I saw that and on the replay, I was like, yeah, he should get flagged. But, man, ejection, I think everybody was caught off guard by that. Hey, at least we got the win with it, though. Steve, I retract my statement about Broski Bear. He manned up. Well, he manned up and then left the house. So, good for him. Marcus, go morning. Good morning to you, too. Dan and Duke Crew, please tell Daniel Damas that the lottery numbers he gave me hit, and I'm set for life. Woo! I'm glad to hear that, my friend. Hey, you want to send a few Mountain Dews this way? Feel free to, man. We'll gladly, humbly accept them. Let's see, So Small. Congrats, Matthew. 100% on that. 100%. JDC, how many people are involved in the decision to ban a player at the NFL New York headquarters? That's a question I don't know, JDC, to be honest. I couldn't tell you that. So maybe somebody in the chat knows and can answer that. Erica C., I'm glad we were able to give Branch a nice half day off yesterday. Yeah, and I know somebody pointed out in the chat, hey, no, he got a little extra rest. Get ready for next week. That's hopefully what he's going to do and take it out on that team. Phil, well, Stephanie, thank you for your service. Your beat music is interesting out there on 28th. Yes, it is a beat, yes, out on 28th Street for sure. Don, Matthew Prayers, man up, a good day, one pride. And same to you, Don Burrow. Hopefully it is a great day for you. And Matthew, yeah, sending prayers your way always. Derek, only the ones with money go to the games. Yes, JDC, there you go. Curtis, I can't wait to see what Zadarius Smith brings to the rotation. Zadarius Smith, I think having him out on one side, and I don't know who they'll do the other side, but it will help out quite a bit. My guess he'll take over against the left tackles on that side, put some of the other guys against the right tackles. DeMarcus, good morning. Dan and Duke Crew, exclamation point. Please tell Dan Damas, thank you for the, yep, we got that. I am set for life now and need love advice. Woo! Go Lions. Free JMO. We might have to start a second channel for Daniel Damas in the love hotline. How about that? But congrats to you, Marcus, by the way. Let's see, Phil, what players was that? We'll find out. Man Bear, good morning! Exclamation point! What a game! Woo! And good morning to you too, Man Bear. Pat, where is Broski Bear at this morning? He gone. Oh yeah, woo! Yeah, he dropped in and then dived out. Phil, Marcus, get a lawyer, a financial manager, and a bodyguard. There you go. Yeah, they get all the above. JDC, Derek, smiling thumbs up. J Rod, good morning, Coach Dan and the Duke Crew. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. A little bit better one. Phil, guard. I knew we were going with that, Phil. Let's see. Pat, great win for the Lions. It was indeed. Frank the Tank, good morning. Duke Crew, East Side. Woo, woo, go Lions. And 100% Frank, good to see you this morning. Pat, hey, Coach, how was your weekend? Oh yeah, it was pretty dang good, man. You know, Friday went out for a little bit with Jen, hung out. We went to some show Saturday that I don't think any of us or either of us knew anything about, and it ended up being some lady at Firekeepers Casino who was a medium, you know, speaks to the other side, the dead, etc. I don't know if she could actually do it, but you know, it was entertaining. And let me tell you, that was some 1950s Aquavet fully sprayed on hair she had, man. I was very appreciative of the amount of hair care products she put in that hair. J Rod, Boo Boo is hibernating. He might be. Phil Crosby is now worried the trade has passed him by. Maybe. I wonder if you could pry him away from the Raiders. If you could, man, wouldn't that be something? Curtis, good morning. Dan and the two. Let's ban the woo. I won't do it for you then, Curtis. But hey, I'll see what I can do. Derek Demont continues to give us more than we ever expect to see from him. 100%, man. He's a Lion through and through. He's embraced the team, and the team loves him to death. I'm going to say that I think the fan base loves him to death. Frank Tank, defense is elite. I don't care who they bring in here. Trade deadline is defense is good enough to win the whole thing. Go Lions. I'm down with that, and Tank, and I support that. JDC, Marcus Gamer, don't go with Buddy Love. He's down on his luck. There you go. Phil, don't see how Dan's voice handles all this work. Hey, just all that Mountain Dew. You know, it coats the larynx. I'd see Marcus, I need love advice, Daniel Damas. Woo! Go Lions. Yeah, we're going to have to come up with a different channel for the love advice, Daniel Damas, I guess. JK Yogi Bear is also at J-Rod. All right. Arrogancy, Lions defense is sneaky because sneaky good because they, quote, always get takeaways at the right time. Man, you might be spot on with that, man, because that pick six couldn't have been any better if you scripted it out. But right before half, really take the win out of the Packers' sail, really put them in a hole. The Lions get the ball in the third quarter, and they took off a lot of time off the clock, too, before adding to their lead. Gun Guy Broski won't be back until next season, in your opinion? Hey, might be right. Willard, what do you got? For someone who hates as much as Broski, he gets a lot of attention here. He does, man. He does indeed. People love to hate him. Maybe that's what it is. Wayne, I hear Campbell owns property in Green Bay on Lombardi Drive. Maybe. It does sound like he is owning it the last 3 years now. Don, I'm not holding back on any opposing fan. All the stuff he talking they do. Yes, Broski Bears run his mouth a little bit. You know what? The one problem I have with it, Broski Bear, and I suspect you're listening, is if you're going to come here and talk trash all the time, you got to stand up and take the shots when your team gets, gives up a, Hail Mary, gets beat down against Arizona. And the team that you talk trash about, the Detroit Lions, what are they doing? They're running everybody over like a bulldozer. That guy running with the piano on his back, he keeps running over everybody with the piano on his back. Don Kong, let's flipping go. What a statement. Super Bowl or bust. Good to see you, Don Kong, as always, my friend. Gun Guy, Green Bay fans, exclamation point. Time for your feeding. There you go. Doug, the Ben Johnson reverse late. Nope. Yeah, that was probably, I think there was only really 2 plays I disagreed with. That would be, yes, one of them. Motown Mitch, Lions rule, Bears rule, Sonic and Knuckles can't be stopped. Shredded cheese tastes, oh, so nice. I'm down with that. Yes, man, you're making me hungry for a grilled cheese today. Gun Guy Goff is the best quarterback in the NFL. I would say that right now, man. It's hard to, it's not trying to be a homer. It's just the fact that you can't get this guy to hardly ever throw an incomplete pass, no matter the weather, no matter the wind. I'm with you, Gun Guy. Pat, what does the coach think we are going to make a trade? I do think, based on all the reports, man, it sounds like it's basically all that happened with Cleveland. Now, do we do something else beyond that? Man, I don't know. But if we do, I think that assuming it's for the defensive line, I think that defensive line could become pretty dang good. Is it ever going to be elite? Maybe not. But, if you're a B plus and not an A minus or an A, I think you're going to probably get the job done. Doug, I make too much taunting. We are not that. Yeah, they got to clean that up, and I think they'll talk to him. I don't know. Maybe there was a heated exchange that kind of lit his fire, but hopefully he calms down. As long as it's not something you see every week, you probably live with it. JDC, buddy, loving the Cheddars. I'll go with that. Coach Rock, good morning to all the Lions. To the Lions are built for any type of weather. We have a great depth. We do indeed. You're not wrong with that, Coach. Willard Broski gets a lot of attention in here for someone that is hated. He does indeed. Let's see. More, what do you got? Good morning, Coach Dan and Duke Crew. What a win. Woo! One pride. Go Lions. I'm down with that. JK, cruising in the 6-4. We are indeed. Gun guy, them little wet hands smoke the Packers. Goff's wet hands, yes. Green Bay wasn't good. Jared Goff, 100%. The fact that this is, 3 straight years or 2 straight years that they've chanted Jared Goff in Lambeau Field at the end of the game, that needs to tell us all something. Doug, could be any player, just a matter of 4th, 5th, 6th round picks. Yeah, agreed with that. Thomas, good morning, Coach and Duke Crew! ! What did I say Friday? We would win by 10. Hey, you were spot on with that. Coach, what's your thoughts on Brian Branch getting ejected yesterday? I think it was, in just my opinion, you guys can have your own. I think it is right from the NFL doing everything they can to try to keep that game as relevant as possible, as close as possible, for as long as possible. And I'm not going to go through it all again right now, but I think you get my point. If you watch the start of the show, I talked about it a little bit, but yeah, I think it's the NFL trying to interject themselves to try to level the playing field in that particular game. Phil, nobody hated Broski, but he sure lives in a lot of minds. I'm down with that. This is a Lions channel. He does indeed. I'll go with that. Pat, James Houston was a no-show yesterday again. I don't know, Pat. I mean, he played, I know I talked about this a little bit in the post-game show, but he normally plays 15 to 19 snaps. I'm going to guess, and I haven't seen the numbers, that he probably played close to 40 snaps yesterday. So I could tell he was pretty winded towards the end of the game. Maybe they just didn't have anybody else to put it in there. I don't know what the situation is. But he did get some pressures. He nearly had a sack. I'm not trying to be a James Houston homer there, but most of the time you take an athlete and you take them and now you increase their workload by 300%. They're probably not going to do well later in the game. It's just they're not in that kind of shape or conditioning. I also do think, like I talked about earlier, I think they're trying to add mass to him, or he came into the season trying to add mass, which probably killed some of his speed and his agility, but made him a more likely target for be a 3-down defensive end. JK, Pat, who is James Houston? That's a fair question. Phil, if you ever see Bobby, give her our love. I do. I when I drive by her new store now, I stop by every once in a while just to go in and say hi and see how she's doing. JK, smash that thumbs up button. Let's see, share, subscribe, membership, Lions Talk Live merch, all the above. Yeah, any way you guys want to help out, I surely would be thankful. Willard, I hope they trade Houston. He is just a waste of space. Fair enough. Steve K, go Lions. Where's Broski? Broski dipped in and then he dove out. There, Steve. JDC, Phil, just as Lions Talk Live leaves in many opposing fans' minds. Yeah, I'm down with that. And thank you for that, JDC. Phil, Houston balled pretty good yesterday. Several pressures. I would agree with that. Doesn't mean he was perfect. But again, I thought you got quite a bit from him yesterday. Kim, will a headbutt be cause for ejection or just when it's a great player for the Lions? Great question. Blankman was trying to use sneaky tactics. Might be. Now, if you go by what they're saying, it didn't come from Blankman in his defense and everybody. It came from the NFL offices. To me, that's the problem I really have there, Kim, is because if that holds water, if that's true, that means the NFL is trying to interject there and supersede the officials on the field. That's where I really have a big problem with it, where I think maybe some shenanigans were coming out of New York. Derek, what do you got? Could Ben Johnson be the next head coach for Dallas? You're going to have quite a few teams probably try to get him. Because he's calling a lot of real good games, coming up with very good schemes. My anticipation is unless the wife and the kids can talk him into staying in Detroit, he's probably going to be leaving Detroit after this year. So enjoy him while we got him. Ryan, good morning, Dan and crew. You know damn well that Myles Garrett is telling Zarius, I want to go with you, bro. It might be true. Now, do you have enough of your Detroit Lions to make the Cleveland Browns or get the Cleveland Browns to trade him? That I don't know. Joe, we look good, and we are a team that can overcome adversity, but we surely need some more on defense. It does appear that way, 100%. Hey, Drum, good to see you, man. Man, it feels like forever since I've seen you in here. So good to see you, my friend. Good morning, Coach. Just got over having pneumonia. Why did Brian Branch get ejected? That is the $1 million question. I mean, I get he dropped a boom on somebody, but I've just never seen a guy get ejected for something like that in the NFL. College, 100%. NFL, no, not so much. So, well, all eyes are going to be waiting to find out about that. And glad you're doing okay, Jerome, because I had wondered what happened to you, man. Glad you're all right. But Houston had like 2 pressures. Yeah, 2 and nearly a sack. I want to say another one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Phil, I hope Lions Talk Live does that. Lions Talk Live is very different than any. All right? I'm down with being different. And thank you for that, Phil. Cloud, we got Za'Darius would be great, but I think we need an additional edge. We are so depleted at defensive line, and it shows. No, I agree. And I think that we were talking about that. I think that's why you saw some of the guys later in the game, Nowitzki, Houston, they were out there for extended periods of time with no rest, no rotations. And I think some of that is just there's nobody else to put in there. Jeffrey, I don't understand why Broski is always the main topic. This is Lions, nothing else. I like the way you're thinking there, Jeffrey. Willard, Houston is trash. He's getting manhandled. All right. Derek, maybe Smith had a plane to catch. Maybe he did. JK, thought Houston had 2.5 pressures, but no sacks, but we won. So, okay, I'll go with that. 9 drinks, man. You got a new icon there. 9 drinks. Good morning, Duke Crew, and back at you. All balls, no D. Good morning, Duke Crew, and back at you. What a beatdown. It was indeed. You got to feel good to be a Lions fan today. Phil, not true. Houston is a very young player coming off a serious injury. The more he plays, the better he's getting. That might be actually true. 100% there, Phil. Doug, deadline is Tuesday. As much as we want to think we know everything, lots of 6 and 7 lost teams with players that aren't going to going to the Super Bowl may help us 100%. We might try to pick them up. So I like the way you're thinking there, Doug. Trey, Za'Darius can't be the only move. He doesn't move the needle alone. Rise and shine to the Duke Crew. And back at you, Trey. And I think you're spot on. I think the Lions will try to acquire somebody else. We're all going to have to wait and see for the next 2 days. JDC, players getting healthy as we chat. Relax, breathe, calm down. Yeah. Okay. I'll go with all of the above. Let's see. Pat, what does Coach Dan think about Brian Branch hit? I think it was the right call, and I am a big Lions fan. The NFL trying to get those hits out of the league. I agree with the penalty, 100%. No questions there. The ejection, that's where I have the problem with it. Because, again, if you're going to do that and you're going to supersede the officials on the field, to me, really, if you're in the NFL offices, you got to see something just vastly overt or egregiously, you can tell he's trying to take somebody out. I don't think he's doing that. You watch how his shoulders are turning. He's trying to take something off it, in my opinion, and I'm trying to not be a homer here. It was a bad hit by Brian Branch, because it bailed them out from, I'm going off memory here, but I think if that incompletion holds and there's no penalty, Green Bay's got 3rd and whatever it was, 20 or something like that. So you bailed them out there, but to have me ejected for it, that's my problem. Because again, other games now, anytime somebody lays the wood on somebody like that, man, you really got to get them out of there. Otherwise, it makes the look of the league look scripted or in question. How about that? Maybe that's a better way to put it. Willard, Houston hasn't done anything for 2 years. His time is up. We'll find out. Phil, no sacks from anyone, but Houston pressured the quarterback. Fair enough. All balls. And another loss for Broski Bears. Broski's Bears. Will the real Caleb Williams please stand up? You might be seeing the real Caleb Williams. But again, he is a rookie, so there's that. Not everybody's going to be, Jalen Daniels. I think that kid's on fire. General Brown, I don't want to hear how much better the Packers wide receivers are than ours. We are just better. I agree with that. They've got some good wide receivers, but I'm not taking any of them over Amon-Ra St. Brown or Jameson Williams at this point. Heck, I like Tim Patrick better than most of their wide receivers too. Marcus Tom Brady was not a math major. Maybe true. Let's see. Eric, good morning. Dan and Dooku. Go Lions, Kings of the North. Woo! And good morning to Eric. Good to see you, my friend. Hookadoo. Morning, Anthony. And on the road in the rain, the beat down. Oh, yeah. We did beat him down there. King Easy J, what do you got? Good morning, Lions fans. Happy Victory Monday. Same to you, my friend. Make it a great day for yourself. DM5 Lions, 7-1 Lions, top of the NFC, and truly the best team in the NFL. On the other side, I'd rather face the Chiefs than the Ravens. They look good too. Go Lions. Woo! Yeah, the good thing is we'll worry about all that in the Super Bowl. So, hey, let's get to the Super Bowl and see what shakes out. Willard, Campbell had a heck of a game. He was everywhere. He was, man. He is progressing, I think, very nicely. He does it kind of sneakily quiet. They're just not the highlight plays. Maybe that comes in time. But right now, I'm liking what we're seeing out of the guy. Phil, for only playing a handful of games, Houston played and held his own. Okay, yeah, I do. I think he's going to get better and better. Maybe that's why they have them out there so extended. This will be a big tell this upcoming weekend, assuming we do acquire a new player or two. How much they rotate him in at that point. I'd say JDC. To me, it looked like Branch started turning his shoulders too late for the hit. Bad timing. Yeah, and that's. I think we saw the same stuff there. All balls, no D, over 300 in. Let's get the 100%. 100%. Yes, thumbs up. Yes, if you guys can. I'm showing there's, like I said, over 1,000 people watching. If you guys can all hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, the like button, that would help. All right, Doug, Packers center was out. Love couldn't reach down, and it was raining. We got up on them big time. Yeah, we did, man. Hey, use all the advantages we can take. Willard, Phil is in love with Houston. I think I'm in love with Houston, but I'm trying to be fair both ways there. Phil, the Branch call came from New York, not the field. I agree with that. Big D, what up, guys? Good morning, and back at you, Big D. Phil, Willard buzz off. Fair enough. Yada yada badass. Broski, how about those Bears? Like I said, you bums will not make the playoffs or win the division. Fair enough, and they might not. They're in trouble right now. Ryan, what panics love is Willis. There you go. That you might be right. Yeah, he's feeling some pressure to get out there and keep his starting spot. But hey, deal with the pressure. That's what I gotta say. Joe, Houston is not the answer. He can be a support to the starting cast, but not the guy, as well as the other ends. Elam was killing himself. I'm down with that. Yeah, 100%. He could be a good rotational piece. Big D, my family, all Packers fans said it was a BS ejection. I'm down with that. I didn't think it was a great one. Well, not that nice, Phil. Oh, okay. Johnny L, good morning, all. Big D, Houston was useless yesterday. Everybody's going to have their different opinions on that for sure. Jesse, what does the slippery slope always involve the Lions? Sure feels like a conspiracy. Could be onto something there. Chad, Houston, all right, we'll go with that. All right, Johnny L, I woke up, so I'm a little late. It happens. You just woke up, Johnny? Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. JDC, Big D, you, my man, are sitting high in the saddle today in Cheddarsville. You are, man. Go enjoy it. Walk around town with your chest out there. Yada, yada. What up, Doe Coach? Exclamation point. As long as Ben Johnson don't fumble the Lions bag, will win the Super Bowl. Woo, woo. Yeah, I think we've got a chance right now. It's hard to view the Lions as not having a chance. All right, Eric, the NFL headquarters tried to help the Packers. I agree with that. Not get embarrassed, but it still didn't work. I agree with that 1,000%. Courtney, good morning, Duke Crew! Exclamation point. Woo! And back at you, Court. Let's see, Doug, you don't have to deep threat JMO. It was raining, but Green Bay didn't have two top defenders. Equals out. Yeah, 100% there. Kurt Steele, what up, Duke Crew? What up to you too, man of steel? Leonard, good morning. Dan and Duke Crew, happy Victory Monday. Happy Victory Monday to you too. Hopefully it's a great day for you. Big D, JDC, yes, I am. Woo! All right, Phil, morning, Mr. Steele. Silent service, Jared Goff, they're cheering that over there in Green Bay. All balls no D. I want to know how much the fine's going to be for Branch. You know it's coming. I'm going to say probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 15,000, somewhere right around there. Let's see, Kurt Steele, Phil, what up, though? Brian, where them Goff haters awfully quiet lately, laughing out loud. Go Goff, go Lions, 100%, and I agree, they're getting quiet. Stent, what do you got? Jared Goff, 3-0, last 3 trips to Lambeau Field. Yeah, when's the last time a Lions quarterback has done that? Maybe the 50s or 60s, something like that. I don't know. Kurt Steele, Victory Monday, baby. 100%, my friend. Good to see you as always. JDC, Dre Ford's rocks, and he rolls. J. Rod, Steele, what up? Jess, I thought the defense line play was quiet. Love had all day to pass. He did. Hope the win doesn't give Holmes the idea that we don't need to add any depth. Yeah, let's see what happens. But hopefully today and tomorrow we get some answers to that question. Phil found it amazing the Packets were dropping the balls, but the Lions did not. Yeah, the Packers dropped, 6 passes yesterday? Detroit, let's go! 100%. Phil, Packers, I knew what you meant. Eric, Goff is in a zone. Nothing can shake him. No, he's doing a phenomenal job, man. Doug, we would have been 24-6 without Meek taunting. Man, might have been for sure. Kurt, what do you got? J-Rod, what up, though? Brian Stanford couldn't win in Green Bay? No, he could not. Joe, yes, Houston sucks, but we continue to play him, and he fails. And we pick up no defensive help until now, and that's still not be enough. Hutch is going to have 2 guys with his motor. Yeah, Hutch is like having 2 guys with the motor. I'm down with that. J-Rod, let's flip and go Lions. I concur. Phil, the Branch explosion just got fired. Yeah, fired the team up. Yeah, it might have been a lightning rod opportunity that ignited the Lions. Kurt Steele, Bears got smoked. Yes, they did. Badly. Leonard, Dan, for your question you asked last night, Goff is the only quarterback to go 3-0 in Lambeau. Thanks for that, man. Thank you very, very much for that. Let's see, Willard, my 3 winners from yesterday, Campbell, Zettler, and Joseph. Campbell was everywhere. Zettler was opening up holes. Joseph had great instincts. He does, man. He just got a knack for the ball. Put himself in the right place at the right time. Lions bad guy is the domination roar. I'll go with that. We'll go with that. Good morning to you too. Derek, still absolutely no pass rush. The only element missing from our game. And let's see if they address that here. Let's see. Doug, Phil, I agree. Fired the team up. Yes, they did. It did, indeed. Kurt Steele, Phil, yes, sir. J-Rod, boo-boo is hibernating. He might be indeed. Jesse, I was worried about the trick plays are starting to backfire. At least it didn't cost the team a win. This is true. Joe, hey, thanks for that. Thank you very much for that, man. Thank you. Yeah, I will enjoy a delicious Mountain Dew with that. So thank you very much. And Joe, again, thank you. Dimitri, Kurt Steele, what up, though? Flintstone, boss up, ball out, 100%. Mr. Boss up, ball out. Kurt Steele is in the house. All balls, no D. Agreed, Doug. And AG warned him earlier in the game and went and he did it anyways. Like to be the fly on the wall when he addresses that. Yeah, you're spot on. AG did get on Robinson about that early in the game. We saw Campbell kind of step in and break him up from talking to somebody. Yeah, whatever it was, he was fired up yesterday, and it cost us 15 and a touchdown. Big D, they definitely thought they were screwing us by taking out Branch, but it definitely did the opposite. They're bad. I agree, guys. I think the NFL was trying to supersede and inject themselves into the game. That's just my opinion. Ryan, we have 2 defensive ends by Tuesday. Let's hope so. Phil, there was no pass rush, no sacks. Doesn't mean we didn't get pressure. That is correct. Yeah, just because you don't get sacks doesn't mean you don't get pressures. We'll have all that from PFF later today, or I'll have it on tomorrow's show. Chris Steele, Dimitri Stewart, what up, though? What's good, Flintstone? Famous RW, I'm so proud of this team. They are built to win and have coaches who know how to win. They do, man, and they got some cojones going for it on as many 4th downs as they do. Boo, what do you got? Good morning. Heard they may be getting Smith. Is that true? It is true. It's being reported by Sunday Night Football, ESPN. It sounds like it's a done deal. Wait until the ink is dry and you hear it officially announced, though. Jeffrey, Bears are showing who they are. Not much. I'm down with that. Yeah, they got a lot of gifted wins early in the year. Doug, all balls no D. One of our DBs even stopped him in the earlier play, and AG yelled, pointing at his brain. Still did it again. He did, man. He did indeed. Jesse, Davis injured. Did he finish the game? He did. He did come back in. Is he out? No, he's back. He's fine. I would anticipate. Phil, more questions with Sewell than Decker. He was on the ground quite a bit. Yeah, he was slipping and falling, and I think he was getting double team blocked a lot. Eric, if we could have gotten a pass rusher off the edge, the game would have been over, sooner. I agree. If you could have got to him, they probably would have taken him out of the game. So maybe we should be thankful because, Love did us a lot of favors. All balls that Gibbs run scared the stuff out of me. His leg got twisted funny. I was like, oh, no. I'm glad that everybody seems to be okay. Not a lot of big injury news yesterday. All right, guys, only got 3 minutes left, so I got to power through here. I'm going to try to get some people in who haven't been on yet. Green Bay looks like crud playing out there at home stadium in their so-called bad weather dome. They couldn't take the climate with dropped balls, bad snaps, and all looked like practice, like we practiced in it. Yeah, we did look like we were very versed in it. All right, looking for people who haven't been on. Dion, Panthers / Saints game. It's some type of hit that actually knocked out the receiver. Yes, it was flagged, but the defensive player remained in the game. How about that? That's kind of where I'm going with that. So thank you for pointing that out. Hutch Jr., good morning, fellas. Back at you. Ryan, I see the Bears are trending in the right direction. Yes, they are, my friend. All right, let's see. Don Burr, league not scripted. Guys out there getting concussions, blowing out knees. No, correct. I just think that the league tries to interject themselves a lot. Maybe I should word that better. Josh, welcome to Detroit Smith. Let's hope so. JK, Jack Campbell, a hell of a player. I would agree. Hutch Jr., welcome to the last place Bears. Yes, welcome the Bears to it. Chris Steele, Eric, the extra weight slowing him down. I agree. And he's lost a lot of his bend and flexibility. See, Don Burr skipped the Bears. Big D, Houston won't even make us good trade bait or keep us playing like he is. Okay, I'll go with that. See, Don Burr skipped Green Bay. Looking for other people. Willard, okay, I've got you a few times, but hey, I watched watching Jordan Love on the coach's film. I don't think it was his groin. Looked like he's still having trouble with his knee. Any thoughts? Maybe that I don't know. Let's see. Lincoln, if Arnold doesn't hold on special teams, Raymond gets lit up. Yeah, that might be true. Might be true. Sanders, there was very little effort in Houston's play yesterday. Watch him in the third and fourth quarters. I was surprised they left him in the game. Yeah, he just looked, to my opinion, Sanders, and there's nothing wrong with having your own. He looked winded, like real winded out there. But I don't know if maybe they just didn't have anybody else to put in there. Maybe there's things we don't know about. We'll have to find out. Johnny L., I'm out of here right now. I just got up. Hey, good morning to you. All the above. Let's see. It's looking for other people I haven't been on. Other people I haven't been on. I'm scrolling through. Jess, Houston Texans you have a problem? We'll find out. Yes, and hopefully that's Detroit Lions come to their house. Drew, good morning, Dan, the Duke Crew. Love this team and love our Duke Crew. And we love you, my friend, 100% with that. Southwest, what a weekend. Yes, it was, my friend. Courtney, Broski Bear went to the den early. Maybe Harrisville. Broski Bear went to hibernation for the rest of the season. He might have, man. We probably will not see him talking here anytime soon. James, New York officiating, question mark. Oh, then why don't they throw a flag on the holds and face masks that wasn't called? That is a great question. Great question. But let's not also forget, when Calvin Johnson got called for the process to catch, it wasn't the guys on the field that called it. They called it a touchdown. It was New York that came in and said, nah, we're going to make that a non-touchdown. So I let that sink in. Good morning, chat and Duke Crew. Back at you, Chuck E. Cheese. Going through here, Flathead. I wonder what guys are thinking now that said you might be able to get a fourth rounder pick for Goff. Yeah, probably get more than a fourth rounder for Jared Goff at this point, I would assume. Big D, check out my new thumbnail pick. It's all Lions eating the cheese. I like it. Let's see. Go looking for other people that have been here. 313. Could we get a Marshawn Lattimore? Ooh, wouldn't that be something if we could? I do wonder that, man. I wonder what that would cost. Chimes, what do you got? Not a team, but health would be the biggest threat going forward. Yeah, always with any team in this league. Creative ideas. Coach, galvanize is my favorite word from you. Gazillion. Yeah, there you go. Gazillion. I'll try to keep it around. Good. I'll try to do it a little bit more. Great Lakes. Good morning, Coach and crew. Exclamation point. Very uncharacteristic of Branch, but priceless. Flip off the Lambeau Field and still won. Agreed with that. Yes, agreed. And he's gonna get hit with that. All balls need Susan and Stephanie over for dinner. Okay. Trumps. We are 2 pass rushers from 16-1. We'll see what happens the next couple days. All right, looking for some people that haven't been on here. Patrick, holy cow, just saw the AZ cards are 5 and 4 and in first place, the NFC North. Well, AZ is my second favorite team since I live here in Arizona for 10 years. Hey, yes, the cards, hey, they resurrected their season. They are now 5 and 4 on the year. All right, looking for a few more here. Coach Rock, what do you got? Hard to pull up from a hit that in that weather. Surprised he got kicked out. Yeah, I think that's the other part they didn't talk about is there's only so much he can do when he's coming downhill at that rate of speed from blowing a guy up. All right, T-Web, when you are on the good team, the NFL tries to take away your players to make it more even. Yes, correct that. Imagine the Lions and Bears, Green Bay, as well as the Cowboys. Yeah, I agree with you 1,000% with that. James, the Chris New Orleans receiver was hit much worse than the NFL didn't call it on that play. The NFL dislikes Lions. There's probably a lot of truth to that. Trump's buy a Harley. Okay. We'll see what they do with that. James, it was nice of the secondary to not hit with a lot of flags, no holdings or pass interference. Agreed with that. Jess, yeah, Vintage Stafford with Puka ejected for throwing a punch. All right. Philippines, hey, Dan, I'm stoked, baby. Exclamation point. Been following the Lions since 61. Proud of our boys. You should be, man. They're doing a great job out there. Manifest my destiny question of the day. Where do you see the Lions may get their next loss? This team is rolling. Man, I don't know. We'll have to do a deep dive on that one because that's probably a fair question at this point. All right, scrolling through here, looking for a few more that haven't been on here as much. Broski Bear. Ho, Broski Bear. Never forget, I am the Broski with the Moski. Lions need to trade for a cornerback at JDC. A sneaky one, a real backstabber. Keep your eye on that guy. Okay? I don't know who we go for then. Moonscar. Hey, Broski Bear. Glad to see the real you. Been too many faults lately. All right, there we go. Patrick. Goff's success is not only a testament to his playing, but also a good testament to receiving, catching the rock. I agree with that. Broski Bear, JC, you put a brain on his profile pic instead of an eyeball. At least that way he could pretend to have one. All right. Let's see. Black, what do you got? Blake, what do you got? Mac, what do you got? Yeah, but you can't talk trash about Broski. But when he fires back, y'all cry bloody murder. If you can't dish it, take it. Yeah, I'll agree with that. All right, Kurt Steele, Broski Bear, what up, though? Where you been? Oh, that is a big question, my friend. Big question. Mark, yesterday's game should have showed Brad our desperate need for at least one defensive end. Hopefully, we're going to get one pretty quick here. All right, going through here, Gun Guy Broski, Barrett, as a Lions fan, I know it's tough out there, but you keep your heads up and have the draft to look forward to. Yes, that will be your Super Bowl this year. Motown Mitch, Broski Bear, you are alive as was worried, but you got a plan for a new quarterback yet? We'll see what they decide to do at quarterback there. All right, scrolling through here, looking for some other ones, 3 on 3. I know people hate the Chase Young idea, but I feel like he's heavier this year and has killing his ability. I like his potential with Terrell Williams. Could be that. Maybe that would be a good one. Jess, what do you got? Say it ain't so, Coach. Keep Ben Johnson. We'll see what they do. See what they can do to keep him. How about that? Doug Pascal is part of our rotation. He is suffering cancer issues. He is, man, and hopefully they can get him back fairly quick here. Harrisville, Broski runs his mouth in every Lions chat boot room on YouTube. He's going to hear 10 times coming back his way. That is also probably true when you run your mouth. T. Webbs agreed. Chase Young fits as well. Jennifer, next up, Houston, go Lions. I'm down with that, Jennifer. Let's see, Rob. I've been saying for some the same thing about the branch ejection, Coach. In fact, I was expecting it, and that's part of the reason I say we might lose yesterday. Yeah, no, I totally get it, man. Totally get it. Trump's just get Crosby or Garrett, no dollar store. We'll see what they do. All balls. I'm 58 and best in my lifetime. You agreed with that. Let's see, looking for some other people that have been on. Let's see, cerebral failure. In your opinion, Brian Branch has tried to bail out on that hit, and with yesterday's weather, turf conditions could have risked injury, but no way was he targeting. I agree with that. Yeah, I think they were a little harsh with him, to say the least. David, glad to see Texans already lost to Packers and Vikings. Yes, they have. Randy, Texans, Jags, and Colts, the next 3 games. 3 games. 2 on the road and 1 at home, should win all 3 and go undefeated in November, but the Texans could be an exception. Yes, the Texans got some firepower. They just got to protect better. Cerebral 53 here for a couple more weeks. Hey, welcome to the group. I'm closing in on that. All right, going through the chat a little bit more. Looking for people. Brent, happy trails. To see you, Kurt. Boss Up, Ball Up podcast later. 100% with that. 100%. See everybody on the Boss Up, Ball Up podcast. I'm in overtime trying to get to the end line. See, Kurt. See you guys in a couple minutes. I agree with that. Man, Moonscar, sorry, Bear, no politics. Yeah, 100%. To keep the politics out of here, please. T. Webbs, for the D force love to roll out and made some inaccurate throws. Yeah, 100%. D did force him into some of those. Almost watch the deadline. Crosby to Detroit. Let's hope so. Burn, hey, thank you for this. Thank you for that. I got to come up with like a sound or something like that when you guys do these things. You know what? We'll start right now. I'll give you a woo every time we get one of those. Panthers player wasn't ejected because no one from the league was watching the trash teams. Now, that could be a fair statement. David, let JH alone. He'll be back soon. I think you're right with every game he's getting better. We won that, and that was the goal. Yeah, with James Houston, yeah. I think he's going to get better and better. I think they're trying to get him more shape and conditioning. We'll see what shakes out, though. Hey, time will tell on all of it. And again, Byrne, thank you for that, by the way. Thank you very much for that. Eric, everyone have a blessed and safe day. Same to you, my friend. Dimitri, Dan, the NFL was to try to infect the game. Yes, I agree with that. Affect the game indeed. JK, let's go, Brandon. All right. Trumps, since when do people in New York make calls on plays from the field that's sold, or they can do it? And Lions fans have gone through it a few times. Let's just hope it's not on a regular basis. Dream edge rusher. We can dream on that. Crosby, Clowney, Bosa, all the above. Ryan, hit that like and subscribe. Thank you for that, Ryan. Henry, I hope the next loss is the Super Bowl. I hope we don't. Yeah, I just hope we win out the rest of the way. It'd make it all so much easier for us. Pat, NFL tried to cheat and throwing out Branch, but karma got them with us winning the game. I'll go with that 100%. Southwest, Bear sucks. Williams is garbage. Let's hope he continues that trend. Henry, I hate autocorrect. Next loss is not the Super Bowl. I concur with that. Jeffrey, TK Walker, there you go. Mr. Morrell, good morning, Duke Crew! Exclamation point. Was I the only one who saw Houston getting the Hutch treatment, chipped and doubled on a few plays? He did indeed. If you go back and watch the tape, and he got a couple pressures. Josh Smith to Detroit today, this afternoon. Let's hope so. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here, get you over to the Boss Up, Ball Out podcast. Sorry, I went a little over, try to get through as many of your comments as possible. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Also, if you'll be so kind before you leave, hit that thumbs up button. Other than that, if there is some breaking news, I'll get it over to you as quick as possible today. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. See you on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Happy trails to you until we meet. again.